Bonjour, comment allez-vous? This is the Crypto Kid podcast, and today we discuss Donald Trump serves Harris McDonald's fries, and Bitcoin is on the bull run. Welcome here. Today is the extended version of the Crypto Kid TV. Glad to have you here. I'm your host, Daniel Plummer, the Crypto Kid, and let's just get right to it. Let's first start out with some Bitcoin price updates. Bitcoin is currently rebounding, and after the sell off yesterday, Bitcoin is at the price opening the market at 67,382 US dollars. Bitcoin is expected to snap back and obtain the value of 68,000 US dollars by the end of today. And Ethereum is also rebounding after losing about 30 points. Ethereum is trading at 2,632 US dollars. So we've had some very interesting headlines over the past couple of days. We're going to analyze all of this, and we're going to take our time in doing this. So I want to pull up everything. Here we go, right here. So we're going to go to this headline from the New York Times. And it says, as Trump served up McDonald's fries, vitriol boiled outside. In Pennsylvania, a critical swing state, supporters of Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, some in weird costumes, gathered along a roadside and screamed at one another. There's nothing there, but we do see a photograph of Donald Trump serving French fries, draining actually French fries out after pulling them out of the boiling oil. And let's analyze this. So Kamala Harris has told a lot of untruths, just outright blatant lies over the last 2 months during her presidential campaign. One of them is that in the summer of 1983, when she was an undergraduate at Howard University, she worked at McDonald's in the city of Alameda, which is basically the island of Oakland as we know it, but it is an island alongside Oakland, the city of Oakland, California. I'm very familiar with Alameda, a very beautiful island and very popular place for people to go. And you can go to the beach. There used to be a naval base there. And you have some beautiful sights, and you can do a lot of boating, actually. I love boating, and they have a nice fish house there, so you can get seafood. So, hey, it's a nice place. But McDonald's Corp came out and made a statement that no one by the name of Kamala Harris has ever worked for the corporation. So McDonald's Corp refuted Kamala Harris's claim that she was actually employed there. Now, the New York Times wants to put it on Donald Trump, but it wasn't Donald Trump who refuted the claim by Kamala Harris. Specifically, let me show you, there's another article here by NBC News, and this is by Henry J. Gomez and Jake Traylor. And here's their headline here. Trump attempts to troll Harris by serving French fries at a Pennsylvania McDonald's. And that is hilarious that he's doing that. Trump worked the fry machine and served pre-selected customers as he continued to cast doubt without evidence on Harris' summer job years ago. Trump does have evidence. McDonald's Corp actually came out and refuted the claim that anyone by the name of Kamala Harris has ever worked for them. So these guys are doing sloppy reporting. But as I keep telling everybody, NBC News is eventually, and MSNBC is eventually going to be filing for bankruptcy because No one watches them anymore. They've lost their credibility. And then online, they're hiring independent journalists to report. And then what they're reporting is untruth. So let's see if we can find exactly when we get into the article. Oh, here it is. The campaign visit in the critical battleground state just over 2 weeks from Election Day was designed to troll Harris, who has talked about working at one of the fast food chain restaurants when she was younger. Without evidence, Trump has accused Harris of lying about the experience as a way to improve her working class credibility. Well, let me fact check you, Henry J. Gomez and Jake Trailer Trash. McDonald Corp has already come out and has refuted Kamala Harris's statement. So that is Donald Trump's evidence. Matter of fact, that's my evidence. That's everybody's evidence, is that Kamala Harris made this statement, and you, Henry J. Gomez and Jake Trailer, and the rest of the fake news media made no attempt to fact check her. So you guys allowed her to parade around the country and gained working class sympathy by empathizing or making the statement that, hey, I understand what you went through. I worked at McDonald's, and then it's McDonald Corp that wanted to set the record straight. And they've come out and made a statement, that they've made two statements. The first statement is that no one by the name of Kamala Harris has ever worked for McDonald's Corp. And the second one is that McDonald's Corp does not endorse candidates. Therefore, this is no different than a presidential election, that they're not endorsing Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. So they're not taking any sides, but they are setting the record straight that no one by the name of Kamala Harris has ever worked for McDonald Corp. Therefore, that is a lie on Kamala Harris's part. And the statement that McDonald's Corp released is Donald Trump's evidence that this is a lie. And what's interesting is that this immediately has had an impact on the financial markets, in particular Bitcoin. Bitcoin went for a sell off and now is rebounding, as well as Ethereum. In addition to that, the polls have changed drastically against Kamala Harris. And I think is because the event received 100 million views. And so I believe it was live streamed to YouTube, because that's where I saw it. I saw it on YouTube. So on YouTube, the live stream of Donald Trump serving French fries went viral, and I need to go viral, man. So I'm trying to monetize on YouTube. So hey, man, this is something that we all need to look at, is that Donald Trump just went viral on YouTube, and he's showing us how to monetize. So this event at a Pennsylvania McDonald's received over 100 million views. And that really is driving the Democrats and the Harris campaign crazy, because 100 million views, people all over the world got to see this. In addition to that, Democrats got to see this happen live. And this is humor too, because he is trolling her. He is mocking her, because for the last 2 weeks, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have been mocking Donald Trump and JD Vance by continually repeating that they're weird, which that's a very vague statement. And we don't even know why they're doing that, but they're trying to come up with some catchword, some catchphrase to demonize Donald Trump, because Kamala Harris has no substance to her campaign. She has no experience. She's not prepared. She's not qualified. So the only thing she can do is attempt to appear indignant by these attacks. But she's actually outspending Donald Trump in a smear campaign, and she's running on social media whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. She's running hardcore ads. And I thought that you're not supposed to even be able to run political ads on that trying to, because like I had a client that wanted to post an ad on Facebook and it was denied by saying that it was trying to influence the outcome of a presidential election. So why are ads on Facebook being approved for Kamala Harris? See, this is the censorship that's going on online. So this client just had a music video, and it's a hip hop video of some African American girls dancing and singing about Donald Trump. And they said, well, you can't post that because that's attempting to influence a presidential election. However, through my feed on Facebook, I'm getting all these smear campaigns by the Kamala Harris campaign. So this is the unevenness that's happening, the censorship that's happening, and it's backfiring on the Harris campaign. In fact, it's driving the price of cryptocurrencies higher because now the market sentiment is that Donald Trump is going to win, and Harris and Biden have attacked Bitcoin platforms. They've indicted several platforms that were trading Bitcoin. They've indicted several designers of future Bitcoin tokens as well as other blockchains. And she can't back out of it. She only has 2 weeks. A lot of this stuff is already in play and has progressed through. That, you know, the biggest name is with MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, that the IRS indicted Michael Saylor. And what did Michael Saylor do? He doubled down with additional purchases in the billions of dollars of Bitcoin, and now is positioning himself to be a trillion. That MicroStrategy, a previous uh, software company, has now changed everything. Um, Michael Saylor started MicroStrategy as a data analytic software company, and now he's positioning MicroStrategy to be a $1 trillion Bitcoin bank. And I do believe he will achieve that. I believe that notion is the correct notion. Let's look at where currently, Bitcoin is up $23.67 in early trading right now. The market's just opened a couple of hours ago. It's still early. And yesterday you did see a sell-off in Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dropped below the price of 67,000 US dollars. I predicted that on Friday, and I told you don't panic, that this is it's reaching an all-time high, and 70,000 US dollars is the price ceiling on Bitcoin. And with 2 weeks up until the presidential elections, Bitcoin will break out of that ceiling of 70,000 US dollars. And once they officially announce that Donald Trump has won the US presidency for 2024, Bitcoin will immediately surge past 85,000 US dollars. However, I will address some shenanigans that I believe will occur. And I know my girlfriend said this about 4 days ago, that her concern was that Kamala Harris is the vice president and that she's the person that needs to certify the election, and that she's not going to do that. And I agree with that. My anticipation is that Kamala, right now, let's stop for one moment. 2 weeks, now it's 3 weeks ago, I believe, when we had the vice presidential debate between J.D. Vance and Tim Walz. Carrie Sheffield, a noted independent journalist, indicated from her research that Donald Trump had 287 electoral college votes, and Kamala Harris had between 230 and 235. You need 270 to win. So Donald Trump already has that. Yesterday, Roger Stone just announced that it's changed. And now Donald Trump has gained 25 votes and has 312 electoral college votes. And Kamala Harris has 220 electoral college votes. And Roger Stone predicted that it's going to be a landslide victory on the popular vote. So it's going to be a landslide victory with the electoral college and the popular vote. But Roger Stone implied that Kamala Harris is going to file multiple lawsuits in key states, which I believe is going to be Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, that she's going to lose. And Donald Trump is ahead in all three of those states, and she's not going to be able to recover those states. She neglected them. She didn't campaign hard enough. She's going to lose those states. And Roger Stone implied that she's going to file multiple lawsuits, and most likely in those three particular states. And then on January 6th, Roger Stone also implied, and this is something my girlfriend pointed out, that Kamala Harris is going to pull a Katie Hobbs, like here in Arizona, where Katie Hobbs is the Secretary of State running for governor, and she certified her own election, which is a conflict of interest. And that is what Roger Stone predicts that Kamala Harris will do, is she will refuse on January 6th to certify the presidential election and admit that Donald Trump has won. And that is why the Secret Service has set in play a few executive orders where it's going to be a state of emergency on January 6, 2025, and that you should expect barricades around the Capitol on January 6, 2025, because this is going to be the shenanigan that Kamala Harris is going to pull, that she's going to try to barricade herself in the U.S. Capitol, refuse to certify the election, even though the Electoral College has already voted. In addition to that, Georgia and I believe Pennsylvania have already implied that it will take several days for them to know the outcome. And one judge in Georgia actually said that they do not need to certify the election. So they're saying, so the judge in Georgia is saying that the Electoral College that represents Georgia does not have to show up on January 6th in the U.S. Capitol to certify the Georgia Electoral College votes. So they're trying to set this up and put this in play. And we're getting to a dangerous time in the United States of America history, that we have a political party, the Democrats, who have pretty much always been in power, now refusing to abide by the Constitution. And what people don't realize is they've already indirectly declared a civil war. You know, the only thing that you don't see is bayonets and this whole thing from 1860, when it started between the North and the South. But the Democrats are putting a lot of behavior in play that has the appearance of a civil war. And and Barack Obama and Kamala Harris have already pulled a coup d'etat against Joe Biden and forced him out of the presidential election. And he campaigned in 2020. He received 14 million primary votes, and Kamala Harris dropped out first. She was the first person in the Democratic primaries to drop out, and she didn't receive any votes. And Barack Obama forced Joe Biden out and told him that he needed to accept Kamala Harris. And she hasn't earned the right. She hasn't done anything as vice president, going from senator to vice president. And accusing Joe Biden of being a racist, just like she's accused Donald Trump of being a racist. And that's what I want to get into now of this whole thing with Donald Trump being a racist. There's no evidence. The media keeps repeating Donald Trump is a racist. Kamala Harris, the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi keeps repeating that Donald Trump is a racist. But if you look at African American culture since the 1980s, black boys and black men have always said that we want to be rich like Donald Trump. Donald Trump has always been a hero for the African American community since the 1980s. And you can go back to early rap songs in the 1980s and the 1990s, and there are several lines where rappers are talking about, I want to get rich like Trump. They have videos where they're portraying themselves wealthy like Donald Trump. And when Donald Trump owned the Washington Generals, he had drafted Herschel Walker, and he and Herschel Walker became good friends. In fact, Herschel Walker was like an uncle to the Trump children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka, and Eric Trump, and did things like took the Trump children to like the Epcot Center, to Disney World in Florida, things of that nature. And if Donald Trump, he was a billionaire, and if he didn't trust an athlete that he had hired and drafted to be on the team, he wouldn't let his children be with Herschel Walker if he was a racist. In addition to that, and you can go on YouTube and Google Mike Tyson fights, the first original Mike Tyson fights from 1984 to 1989. If you look in the four corners of the ring, you will see Trump Plaza, Trump Tower, Trump Hotel, Taj Mahal. You will always see in the middle of the ring Donald Trump with Don King and Mike Tyson. And so Mike Tyson and Donald Trump have been good friends for over 30 years, for 40 years. And, you have Donald Trump in the middle of the ring with Muhammad Ali, specifically the fight between Larry Holmes and Mike Tyson. It was at one of the Trump hotels, and you have Donald Trump in the middle of the ring with Don King, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali. And this is like 1989. And this is when Mike Tyson was fighting Larry Holmes and knocked him out in like the second round. And, so so to say that Donald Trump is a racist, there's no evidence of that. In addition to that, there are several photographs, and Donald Trump made it a point to help Oprah Winfrey become popular. And she was a nobody. She wasn't a millionaire. She had just started her talk show in the mid 1980s, and Donald Trump took Oprah Winfrey under his wing. And today, Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire, and her net worth is in the range of Donald Trump. And what does she do? She supports the Democratic Party. In addition to that, Donald Trump used to be a Democrat, just like Elon Musk, Grant Cardone, and just like I used to be a Democrat. And when Chuck Schumer, the Democratic senator from New York, was running for his first political office, and Donald Trump said he believed it was City Assembly of New York City, he gave Chuck Schumer his first check donating to the Schumer campaign. And what did Schumer do as a senator and Donald Trump was president? He's fought tooth and nail against Donald Trump. And that's why Donald Trump says politics is a messy business. People you support, you back, you help build up, turn back and stab you in the back. And this is no different. So there's no evidence that Donald Trump is a racist. And you see all these rappers these African American rappers now making songs about Donald Trump. The African American community loves Donald Trump. I predict that more than 50% of the African American community is going to vote for Donald Trump, because it definitely African American men are like 75, 80% of African American men are going to vote for Donald Trump on November 5th, 2024. We don't know what the African American women are going to do. They may just go, vote for Kamala Harris. But as far as African American men are concerned, 75, 80% of African American men are going to vote for Donald Trump. And that gets us to the polls now. And I'm telling you, because he's a money man, he's a financial man, and market sentiment goes where they sense the victory is. And so I said that Donald Trump was leading Joe Biden in July 2024 by 8 points. After the coup d'etat with Kamala Harris and Barack Obama, Donald Trump gained 4 points, so he was ahead by 12. What the fake news media did is they took Donald Trump's 8 points away and gave Kamala Harris 4 points. And so they did a 12-point flip-flop, and they put Kamala Harris ahead by 12 points. But that's not true. In fact, I believe that Donald Trump was ahead of Joe Biden by 15 points, but let's go with 8 points. So Donald Trump is ahead by 8 points. Joe Biden withdraws. Kamala Harris steps in. Donald Trump gains 4 points. Now he has 12 points. Then Robert F. Kennedy Jr. withdraws from the presidential race, and he makes his announcement in Phoenix, Arizona, and he endorses Donald Trump. At that point, now Donald Trump gains 8 points away from the Democratic Party, the Democratic candidate, not the independent, but the Democratic candidate. And both the Democrats and the Republicans are fighting for that, 10% independent vote, 8%, 10%. Both of them are fighting for that 8 to 10% Democratic independent vote. But Donald Trump has already pulled 8 points away from Kamala Harris or whoever the Democratic candidate is by getting the endorsement of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. going on the campaign trail, endorsing and promoting Donald Trump. So now Donald Trump is ahead 20 points. Well, Donald Trump is pro Bitcoin, pro cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And so he gains another 8 points because whether you're a Democrat, an independent, or you're a Republican, there's a lot of investors out there. And then there's a lot of wealthy investors that are Democrats, independents, and Republicans that hold Bitcoin. So if Kamala Harris continues what Biden has been doing with these indictments of Bitcoin trading platforms, Democrats who hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies, the value of that is going to go to zero. So they support Donald Trump. They're not going to say anything publicly, but they secretly support Donald Trump. So Donald Trump gains another 8 points. And so it's probably 4 points from the Democrats, 4 points from the independents. So now he has a 28-point lead. Well, I'm a mathematician. I like zeros and fives. So let's just round it up and call it 30 points. Now, 7 days ago, Donald Trump was leading by last Monday, Donald Trump was leading in Polymarket polls by 20 points. Then let's go here. Then on Saturday, Donald Trump was leading by 23.7 points this past Saturday. Now, if we check, I checked last night. Let's find it here. Okay, let's go way out here. Oh, there it is. Now, I checked last night. Donald Trump is now leading by 28 points. So in full agreement with what I predicted. And this is Polymarket, betting website. And you can board on sports, on mentions, on politics, on crypto, on pop culture, on business, on science. So this is the actual market. This is not CNN polls, going to some no-name college in the Midwest with a no-name poll that they're quoting. This is actually where people have put their money where their mouth is. So Donald Trump is at 28 points 2 weeks before the election. So from Saturday until last night, Donald Trump gained 5 points. He's expected to gain another 3 to 5 points. So this is going to be a landslide victory, and in agreement with what Roger Stone predicted. It's just very interesting that it's turning out like this. I wish this data would have come out a couple of weeks ago to support me, but never look a gift horse in the mouth. And so I should be thankful that at least the data came out to support me. Better late than never is what I am saying, instead of, I wish it would have came out 2 or 3 weeks ago, because that's just, the nature of things. It's not always like that. But it's good that Polymarket has released recent data, because this is all public on their website, and it corroborates what I've been saying for the last 3 to 4 weeks. So that's very enlightening. In addition to that, in the markets, you see that Bitcoin ETFs are being approved. BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has been approved. MicroStrategy's Bitcoin ETF has been approved. Donald Trump is in a joint venture with his two sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, and with a company, World Liberty Financial, and they have already had their Bitcoin ETFs approved, and they're set for launch. And, because of the upcoming election, there's probably going to be some political interference that is going to have some type of impact on the release of the Bitcoin ETFs. But I'm expecting within a few weeks, a couple of months, that the World Liberty Financial Bitcoin ETF by the Trump family will smoothen out. And now is a good time to be involved in Bitcoin ETFs, DeFis. You see meme coins really dominating the market right now. So it appears right now in the crypto markets that Bitcoin ETFs are dominating with Bitcoin, and then meme coins in general, whether they are Bitcoin meme coins or on another blockchain. These are very popular. And over the last couple of weeks, it's the meme coins that have made the greatest growth, with Popcat, which is on the Solana blockchain, and MOG, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. They've shown over a 12% growth. So meme coins are popular. In fact, it is reported that Donald Trump has made over 30 million US dollars with his meme coins. And meme coins, for anyone that doesn't know, a meme is an image that is supposed to be humorous and has become very popular with the advent of the internet. And a meme coin is just a humorous image that is put on a specific blockchain. And so it's more of like, Garfield cats. Some girls love collecting Garfield cats. Some girls love collecting Betty Boop dolls and things of that nature. And so with these meme coins are just really being collected. They're not being used for financial transactions like other cryptocurrency. So they're really being purchased and held onto like people are buying gold coins. That's a good analogy right there. And so it seems like meme coins are very popular. I would encourage you to do your research. I know I'm going to be reporting more on meme coins. Let's check out now over the last week which meme coins have been performing highly. Okay, so this go to Cryptonary, that's what it's called. So I've never heard of this website. Okay, and they are saying that they called Popcat. So I am, and this is Cryptonary. So I'm going to probably join this site, but they are boasting that they predicted the increase in surge of Popcat, so that is very good. And let's see here. Dogecoin has done well, and I really do like Dogecoin. So that is one coin. And let's see here. So Cryptonary seems like a good site. I encourage you to go here. It seems like they provide. Okay, and for the starter pack, it costs nothing to start a crypto account, and you can get a crypto education. So I really like that. That is cryptonary.com. I encourage you to visit them. I know that Coinbase, Kraken, Robinhood, and Charles Schwab are also good platforms, good brokerage houses where you can purchase a variety of cryptocurrency, and they have very secure wallets there. So that is another thing that the Crypto Kid TV we are going to focus on, because like we're all enthusiastic about cryptocurrency, but it's money, okay? And as banking and finance changes, so will theft change. And so right now, you know, like in the 1920s, that they were putting dynamite on the side of a bank, and so they could get to the vault. Then they had the gun robbers that would run in with the automatic guns and rob banks. And over the last 20, 30 years, we see a lot of things like swiping debit and credit cards to steal the magnetic information that is on it. With cryptocurrency, a lot of people carry their digital wallet on their phones, their iPhones, and their Galaxies, their Androids. And one of the ways crypto thieves go after you is through your email, trying to phish information from your email, sending you malicious email that when you open up the email, it opens up a corruption file that crawls through your hard drive looking for your crypto wallet address that's on your hard drive. So be very careful of opening unsolicited email, suspicious email, because it's very likely that it is a malicious attempt to gain access to your crypto wallet. So we will continue to provide free education on crypto wallet protection. This is very important to us because even me, I'm a crypto guy, and I'm targeted on my Facebook account, and hope it may begin on my YouTube account as well as my Instagram account. And so what will happen is people will create these bots that are trying to go to your different social media accounts and gain information about you, which they can then access your crypto wallet on your phone. So they're probably going to, because your phone number is attached to your Facebook account. Okay. And so that is, and then they're also trying to do it through WhatsApp. So be very careful. You have a lot of people trying to impersonate other people by asking you to join some crypto community on WhatsApp. And then they're trying to get your digital wallet address, and they're trying to communicate with you because they're trying to put a spider crawler on your cell phone that will go through, because a smartphone is just a handheld computer, and it has a hard drive, it has an operating system. And so just as someone would send a malicious email to your laptop or your desktop, and you open it, and then a corruption file opens up and crawls through your hard drive on your laptop or your desktop. um, these people will try to befriend you, and then through WhatsApp or through an email, they will try to send a malicious crawler that will crawl through your operating system and your hard drive that is on your cell phone, and they're searching for your digital wallet to steal your cryptocurrency. So please be careful about that. Watch out for these things. Do not give out a lot of personal information. Be careful about the personal information that you reveal on your different social media accounts, because that is how they're trying to figure out passwords. So don't put personal information on any of your social media that could potentially be a security question for your banking or your investment accounts or your digital wallet, because this is how these malicious actors will behave to gain access to your digital wallet. So I'm going to write that down right now here: digital wallet education. Okay, before I forget. And this is how I actually got into Bitcoin, is by taking a cyber security class. And the topic at the time was that Bitcoin, that Coinbase and other cryptocurrency platforms were being hacked into for Bitcoin, and that over $300 million in Bitcoin had been stolen globally from these different platforms, and Coinbase is one of those platforms. And so I do have an account with Coinbase, and I want you to know, because of that experience, which happened in 2016, 2017, Coinbase has a deep security process. Like, even for me getting approved to trade crypto, I sent them my government ID 4 times. It rejected it. I still had to go through a physical process where I talked to a human, and I had to send them, and they reviewed all 4 of the government IDs that I sent. And then they requested me to send an additional one. So and I don't blame them for being overly cautious after they were the victims such a huge crypto theft at that time. And so it's better to be safe and careful than sorry, is what I will tell you. So those are platforms that I do endorse. I have an account with Charles Schwab. I have an account with Robinhood, and I have an account with Coinbase. And I'm looking to start one with Kraken as well. And these are trusted platforms that have been approved by the U.S. government. They have great security. I believe Kraken, and those are some Stanford guys, so I'm a bit biased since I'm a Stanford graduate and alumnus. But the reality is, man, we are the leaders in software programming and engineering, so in cybersecurity. So we understand. It's one of our core areas at the university. So Kraken was approved, and they went through a rigorous process, and they have a lot of tips and recommendations on how to keep your digital wallet secure. So I encourage you to go to their website and read through all of their privacy information, just all of those things, so you can be educated, so you don't make these mistakes. I know I've made a few myself. So that is the reason why we're trying to protect you from all of this craziness, because the new form of theft in how to get to a person's digital wallet is going to be something that we as humans are going to have to learn new behaviors with this new form of digital currency. Okay, so with that being said, let's take a look at World Liberty Financial. Let's see the bad stuff, because I'm expecting it to be negative, that they're reporting on. And so I'm doing my, here we go. I'm accepting the cookies. Inspired by Donald J. Trump, shape a new era of finance by Defiant. Okay. And it's called W. They have their token. I live in the US. Okay. You can create a wallet. Okay, so it's open right now. So there you go. So all of the hoopla, I'm glad I went to that website live. You could actually go to worldlibertyfinancial.com and create an account there. I know I'm going to do that, and you can begin to purchase World Liberty Financial token, and it's live. And so that's what I'm saying. Fake news media is discouraging you from purchasing it. But I just went on the website and they're totally transparent. They're showing the recent transactions that happened 4 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. So they are live, they are up and running. I'm definitely going to start an account today. And I'm glad I did that, and I did it live so you guys could actually witness that I did that. Even though I'm not sharing my screen right now. So, but this is crazy. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see here. Share screen. I actually can share my screen. Duh, I learned something new, boys and girls. Okay, I learned something new, so I'm going to show you this live. Man, I'm just getting better and better. Okay. So I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to show you where I'm getting this information. Okay. So first, okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you the past data that I'm looking at. So as you can see, this is Poly Market from Saturday. There is 61.8% of the vote in favor of Trump and 38.1% of the vote in favor of Kamala Harris. That is a difference of 23.7 points. Okay. And now I'm going to show a separate screen of the change. That was last night. Now Donald Trump is up 4.2 points and Kamala Harris is down by 4 points. And so the difference is 28 points. And that is what I was telling you earlier. And then now let's go to, I love this, man. I'm learning how to use YouTube Live. I love this. I'm getting better. And then now we're going to go to Donald's website. This is it right here. Shape a new era of finance, be defiant. And you can see at the top to the right, create a wallet or connect a wallet. You can buy the WLFI token. That's the World Liberty Financial token. And it's $ WLFI. Okay. And you can deposit Ethereum, US dollars. Okay. So they got this going. And here's the latest WLFI buys 2 minutes ago. That's the hash, the holder's wallet, and the amount they bought is $8,784.34 US dollars. So you can see a minute ago, 7 minutes ago, the amount that's being purchased. Equal voting power. It says equal voting power, gain equal voting power in governance decisions, ensuring fair platform changes, proposal creation. WLFI token owners can propose changes directly influencing platform development, steering DeFi's future. Owning WLFI tokens lets you shape the future of decentralized finance. And here's the team. Donald J. Trump, Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Barron Trump, Chase Hero, Zach Folkman, Stephen Witkoff, Zach Witkoff, Alex Witkoff, Rich Teo, Corey Kaplan, Octavian Lonknita, Bogdan Pernaval, and Alex Golubitsky. Okay. And then they have advisors. Okay. So this is a legitimate site that World Liberty Financial, the Trump family, has put together. And that defies all these negatives that we've seen from fake news media saying that there's been a lot of problems. You just cannot trust the fake news mainstream media. They release a lot of false claims. And as I just showed you live, going to the website, that you can actually trade on the WLFI token platform, the World Liberty Financial.com website. You can purchase and trade the token. They will, it's very likely the movements are limited currently right now by the SEC because it's just been approved. But you should expect as the coin ages and we get past the presidential election that things will change. And then once Donald Trump is in office, I'm sure all cryptocurrencies are going to have more flexibilities. I'm very confident that he will sign into office some executive orders that give cryptocurrency trading platforms a lot of protection that is needed and is totally going to be different than what the Biden administration and their approach to cryptocurrency has been. So that is the reason why the market sentiment is so positive. So I showed you live that on Saturday, Polymarket data had Donald Trump at 61.1% and Kamala Harris at 38.1, and then now she's down to 36.1, and Donald Trump is up to 64.1. So it's a 28-point difference. And then I also showed you that with worldlibertyfinancial.com that you could actually go on to that website and start an account and begin to purchase the WLFI token, the World Liberty Financial crypto token. And we're just going to, and you can connect your wallet or you can create a wallet on that website. So it's up to you. But we're also going to begin to provide a lot of education on crypto wallet protection, digital wallet protection, best practices. I know that on one of my websites, I'm going to post something for free. I know on this YouTube page, I'm going to create a document And since YouTube is a part of Google, I believe I will create a Google Doc on best digital wallet, crypto wallet practices. That way you can protect yourself from digital theft as we go into deeper into Q4 and into 2025. Because also remember, this is the time that hackers hack into credit card websites to get financial information. So, with all these purchases, people are probably going to be doing a lot of attacks on your phone and your digital wallet. So, just be aware of these things, protect yourself, and be very mindful of opening suspicious or unknown emails when you don't know the recipient and things of that nature. Um, Also, we are going to, since this is, originally the channel was called Howard Blockchain TV, and then I turned it into Crypto Kid TV. And so I'm into technology all around. Um, we're going to also do some podcasts on different software that is out there for video editing, how to create thumbnails. I know right now I use Canva, CANVA.com for a lot of my editing needs, and I do use the free version, and I'm very happy with that. And there's also a lot of free software out there if you want to edit your videos. Um, in addition to that, look for another episode of Getting Monetized in 10 Weeks. I just to bring that up, you probably noticed that I wasn't putting out as many podcasts a few days ago. And it's because that last Monday I had, so 8 days ago, I had a Microsoft update and it corrupted my Google Chrome browser. And so I had these malicious pop ups that were just, interfering with everything that I was doing. And so I went to remove them. I was able to remove some of them with my with Windows Defender and another software application. So what I did is I decided to reset some of my settings, and it disconnected my YouTube profile from my Google profile. And so I was having a hard time accessing my YouTube channel and my YouTube studio on my desktop. So I had to access everything through my iPhone. And so that's why some of the Crypto Kid podcasts have a picture of the Crypto Kid logo, the Crypto Kid image, and it doesn't have, the thumbnail is just the Crypto Kid image and nothing, that I would normally do, some image that I would normally create. So that's the reason for that. I figured out that problem yesterday. I reconnected everything, and then here we are today. And what do you get? You get an extended version of Crypto Kid TV. I've gone in and I'm showing you that I'm a technical trader, a technical investor. I use Elliott wave predictions. But also, I look at market sentiment, and that's something that Warren Buffett will tell you is you need to look at market sentiment. You need to be aware of political headlines. You need to be aware of financial headlines because all of these factors of news actually influences financial markets. So let me repeat that again. Political headlines, financial headlines influence market sentiment and will push the financial markets in a particular direction. So even if you're a technical trader like myself, you still need to be aware of news. When printed media and the newspapers were very popular, about 10 years ago, then you would get most of your news through the printed media. But if you walk the streets today, you notice you don't see as many newsstands out there where you can just put in a couple of quarters and get a newspaper out. So now you have to go to the New York Times website. You need to go to the Forbes.com magazine website. You need to go to NBC News website. You have to search through the financial records to find the information that you want now. So all of these political and financial headlines influences market sentiment, and that will sway the market in a particular direction. So please keep that in mind. I know that I don't know, depending on how long you've been watching this podcast, I repeatedly state that I'm a technical trader and I'm not a licensed securities broker. So nothing I say is advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a technical investor. And I've been doing this for more than 30 years. I hold a degree in economics and mathematics from UC Davis. That's a bachelor's degree. But I've done every aspect of banking. I've done every aspect of accounting as well to put myself through college and beyond. And then I've just read hundreds of books on finance and investing. And I've traded stock options, gold and silver bullion, foreign currencies such as the Japanese yen, the Deutsche Mark, and British sterling. And now my focus is Bitcoin and blockchain technology and Ethereum and cryptocurrency. And I did my thesis and I finished and defended my thesis in 2019 at Howard University on Bitcoin, secure hash algorithms, and blockchain technology, and that is published by ProQuest in 2019. And so, but despite all of that, because that's very academic and technical, you do need to factor in political and financial headlines into your investment strategies. And I know that's what I do, so I encourage you to do the same. Also, let's see what the Bitcoin news is today. So they're trying on Cointelegraph. It says 90% of all Bitcoin in profit. Hence, that 69,000 BTC price was a local top. And I agree with that, but I still believe, like I tell you, that Bitcoin is going to break out of that 70,000 US dollar ceiling. So just hang tight. Is about to happen. As we get deeper into Q4, we see that the markets are very optimistic. And for the next 2 weeks, let's just be real. This, all the talk, and be aware that every day now we have 14 days to the U.S. presidential election on November 5th, 2024. And expect the market to go up and down based upon the rhetoric that is spewed out there. The thing is, expect it to be positive because Kamala Harris now realizes how important cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is to the vote. So she ignored it initially. Joe Biden didn't say anything. And as you saw in the summer, I think in late May, early June, Michael Saylor was indicted by the IRS. And then a few weeks later, made a big purchase in the hundreds of millions of Bitcoin and then doubled down and made a $1.1 billion purchase of Bitcoin. And now he's the hot guy. As a matter of fact, let's see this headline right here. I'm just going to read it to you. MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor reveals his Bitcoin master plan. That is on Bitcoin Magazine. On Bitcoinist, Saylor's latest remarks shocked the Bitcoin world. What he said. So Michael Saylor is the man. He's the contrarian that has doubled down and put his money where his mouth is, and he's encouraged other corporations that they should hold their reserve cash in digital currency, in particular Bitcoin. So he's not even trying to hide what he's doing. But other people are not just going to fall in step with that because they have their own concerns about Bitcoin. They're not on board. But MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor is being the visionary. He's being the Steve Jobs of Apple, who's doubling down, giving it all he has. And I believe his bet will pay off. This is more of a sure bet. And once the presidential elections are resolved and it's clear that Donald Trump is going to be the president, and then from there we get past the January 6th certification, we get through that, everything should be fine. But expect some type of problems. My prediction is that Donald Trump is going to have a landslide victory with the popular vote surprising a lot of people. This is going to be the shock that it's going to be a landslide victory. And CNN and other pollsters are really going to be doubted. This will trigger multiple lawsuits by the Kamala Harris campaign. And I predict the states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. She's not going to win those, but she's going to file lawsuits there. She's already accepted that she's not going to win Georgia and Nevada and Arizona. And North Carolina has surprised everybody by the amount of the turnout in early voting. So with the early voting in North Carolina, despite the terrible hurricane, the mainly Republican state, most people have already began submitting their early ballots. So by midnight on November 5th, they will definitely know the outcome of North Carolina. And they'll probably know by within the next 7 days, because once the certain amount of votes are cast in favor of Donald Trump, once they know they have like 60%, 70% of the votes, because most people are electing to mail those votes in since they've had a natural disaster. Once they collect those and tally those up, nothing is going to be able to change that. And then if additional votes come in, it will raise a lot of suspicion. So this election has already been decided. And then, as Roger Stone stated, Donald Trump currently has 312 electoral college votes, and Kamala Harris has 220. And that is probably, she's probably going to lose another 15 votes and receive a total of 205 to 211 electoral college votes, and the rest will go to Donald Trump. So with that, thank you for watching here with the Crypto Kid podcast. If you're looking for crypto education, go to plumberuniversity.com. It's on the bottom description of this particular podcast. It's plumberuniversity.com/Bitcoin mastery if you're interested in Bitcoin, and is plumberuniversity.com/Kali Muscle Ethereum, and that is KALI Muscle Ethereum. And that is the way you spell Kali is KALI, Kali Muscle Ethereum. And we look forward to additional education as well as tips and best practices for protecting your digital crypto wallet. With that, remember, the future is crypto.